Welcome to Strip Coverlet, where we squeeze the bigger picture out of literature. I'm Adrian Fort.
And I'm Dalton Gentry.
And we're here for a full 2 chapters of Harry Potter.
2 chapters? Isn't that suspicious?
I can't do it! I can't do it. I'm done. I can't do it, Dalton.
Okay, we're going to get this done here. We're almost done with Order of the Phoenix. You got 2 more books after this.
Things happened in these chapters.
Okay.
Things happened in the... I still can't do it.
Okay, well, that's good. Things happen. Anyway, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, this is chapters 31 and 32, Owls and Out of the Fire. Chapter 31, Owls. The students begin their 5th year exam. Hagrid is attacked by Umbridge, but manages to escape. But McGonagall is caught in the crossfire trying to defend Hagrid, basically. Takes a couple shots in the chest. Bad day for her.
Was that 31 or was that 32?
That is 31.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And Harry, at the end of 31, sees Sirius in the Department of Mysteries, and he is being tortured by Voldemort.
Yeah.
So old Harry passes out, and shit's hit the fan.
Okay.
Chapter 32, Out of the Fire. Harry doesn't know who he is going to tell because he can't contact Sirius. He puts his head in the fire again and only gets Creature. He relies on a cryptic message to Snape, so he's putting all his faith in Snape this time. And Umbridge plans to use the Cruciatus Curse on Harry because she can. Government at its finest.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What year was this book written, do you know?
What year was this written? Oh, why would you ask me these things?
Well, that was, so...
Copyright 2003.
That was right around the whole Abu Ghraib thing, right?
Okay.
Where the government was torturing people and it all came out. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Politics are not my strong suit, especially during that time period. But it is interesting maybe that something fairly contemporary made its way in, or perhaps it was prophetic.
Okay.
You can never short sell an author as stellar as J.K. Rowling.
See, I love it. See, it invigorates me that I can show up here and you just slam on poor J.K.
I hate this.
Okay, all right. Do you have any major points you want to start at? Or you just want me to start poking at things here?
Just start poking at things.
Well, let's start with Chapter 31, Owls. 5th year exams, no big deal there. We knew that was coming. However, Umbridge is attacking Hagrid now. She is literally attacking this man based on the fact that she doesn't believe that he is fit to be a professor here, and she's going to basically boot him.
I know I told you to start anywhere, and I shouldn't have done that.
Okay.
This Tolstoy guy.
This Tolstoy guy?
Yeah, the guy that Harry's taking his personal lessons with.
Okay.
What's his name?
Taking his personal lessons?
Yeah.
Snape?
No. The guy that Harry's getting his individual tests done with.
Oh, who is administrating the owls?
Okay, the fact that you can't remember proves me wrong.
All right.
I thought that maybe he was going to be a bigger deal, but apparently not.
No,
okay.
he's there for the owls.
Okay.
Okay. Was that what your entire talking points for this entire video?
Yeah, I had something all worked up.
Well, go with it. What do you got?
No, I have nothing actually. I just wanted to put that out there.
Okay.
But I thought that maybe he was going to be a bigger deal than he apparently is going to be. I was gonna poke and prod around that. What is his name?
I genuinely don't know. Like, you're gonna have to look it up.
Something with a T. I know that much.
The minute you say Tolstoy, I'm like, am I supposed to be reviewing Ivan Illiak right now?
Tofty.
Tofty. Okay.
Yeah, Lofty Tofty.
All right.
So, oh well, I guess he's just cannon fodder. Colin Creevey shows back up, yes?
He does, yes.
I don't remember Colin Creevey making but cameos before this, and that makes me think, because it feels like we're getting to the point where things are going to start happening. People are going to start dying. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay.
But it certainly feels that way with the fact that all of the Order of the Phoenix, with the exception of Snape, is gone. Makes me think maybe Colin Creevey is going to sacrifice himself for Harry. I'm not sure, either that or he's going to be the one that pulls the Judas kiss, something like that. I don't know. Okay. I think that J.K. is just ham-fisted enough to attempt either one of those things and not really get away with either of them. So.
Maybe I'm just like tired and just like in my own little mode right now, but like there will be a skit one day where you just sit here and like have 2 spiral hams on your fist, and like that is what I want in life. Right
JK.
That is what I want. Anyway, Hagrid is attacked by Umbridge, and McGonagall kind of shoots in there and saves the day. Basically, not really saves the day, but like puts herself in harm's way to defend Hagrid.
Yeah, it doesn't save anything. Just get shot.
Just get shot. I mean, every now and then, like you go to take the bullet and like it hits you, but the guy gets shot anyway. Like.
Right through you.
But, props for McGonagall. She's doing what she believes is best for this this school. In theory, if Umbridge wasn't there, McGonagall would be next in line to take over for the school in Dumbledore's place. So she is, I guess you could say she is inherently a good character in this. She is doing what is right, what is expected, and what is noble, in a way.
Yeah, two things that surprised me about that scene in particular. McGonagall is an idiot. Like, McGonagall is one of the most powerful witches there, right? Why didn't she go in with magic blazing as opposed to just, excuse me, pardon me, pop, 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 you know? And two, how in the hell did Umbridge miss Hagrid with the spells? Isn't Hagrid massive?
Hagrid is massive. He's a half giant.
Yeah. He's a giant.
Giant. Happenstance. Commotion. I don't know. I used this example before. The first time I ever qualified with a pistol, I shot phenomenally. One of the best in the group. I'm like, okay, I've got a skill here I didn't know.
I was born good at something.
The next year I went back, I barely passed. So maybe you got a bad day.
Were you shooting at a half giant?
No, I wasn't.
Well, I'll be goddamned.
It's kind of like standing, 5 yards away and trying to shoot a barn. You get there.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if that was meant to exemplify Umbridge's incompetence, but she does not seem incompetent. She is not written as incompetent. Otherwise, she makes for a poor villain in the overall scheme. I think it was just she had to do something so that Hagrid could get away.
Okay. And there was the argument as well that the stunning spells weren't working on Hagrid due to his half-giant blood as well.
Right, but I believe it is stated explicitly that she missed. Yeah, with something.
Okay.
I don't think it was a stunning spell, it was something else.
All right.
Why didn't she hit him with the Excruciatus or whatever?
Cruciatus?
Cruciatus.
Well, let's look realistically there. She is there with other ministry officials. That is an illegal curse. You're not supposed to be using that. The only time we see the Cruciatus curse is when she is alone with Harry. There's no other ministry officials there. And she's like, well...
There's no other ministry officials there, but those are the 14-year-olds.
Who's going to believe the 14-year-olds?
Okay. Okay.
My opinion there. Anyway, moving on from that, Harry sees Sirius in the Department of Mysteries. He's being tortured by Voldemort. Any thoughts on this, what we're looking at with this here?
The one thing about that really stands out is it is disappointing to me that this has gone full Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
As soon as he looks through the flu powder in the fire and looks into Sirius's house, Sirius is missing.
Okay.
How much more skill would it take to write that scene if Sirius was there?
True story. Very true.
So, and then what you would have going on there is you have in the same chapter that you have, if this is going on, in the same chapter that you have Sirius being a double agent in that way, and you don't know which way to believe him, but you're thinking he's probably the bad guy.
Okay.
Right? That's what you would have to assume if Sirius shows up and he's sweet-talking Harry Potter out of knowing that he had broken into Ministry of Magic, or whatever it was. Ministry of Mysteries, whatever it is. But the same chapter that you have that going on, you have Snape busting in heroic fashion and maybe saving the day. He's acting like a bad guy, but is probably the good guy.
Okay.
And you have Sirius acting like the good guy that is probably the bad guy.
Okay.
That would have been much more interesting to me than you getting Creature sitting there and gloating that he gets to spend time with his mistress.
Okay. You do realize, you are Creature, right? Everybody's out of the house now. Adrian gets time alone. It's wonderful. Back to the books.
No, everyone's out of the house. He gets to spend time with his mistress.
Fair enough.
Everyone's out of the house. Adrian gets to be alone.
Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about Sirius and Snape. Let's get into that there because Harry does put his trust in Snape. Because Snape is a member of the Order of the Phoenix, and he's the only one that Harry is able to contact. So he gives him the cryptic message that they have Padfoot in the place where it is hidden. How are we feeling about Snape?
I'm not sure what you're asking.
I mean, are we feeling like Snape's going to do the right thing here? Are we feeling like this is going to get sloughed off?
The right thing is probably just go ahead and give Voldemort the keys to the car. Now, let's be honest. These Muggle lovers are just ruining everything anyhow.
Muggle lovers. You're proud of that, aren't you?
That word Muggle, and when you put it Muggle lover, it's just there's no real saving J.K. in this case. But the right thing, is he going to do the good guy thing? The good guy thing by the books? Yeah, I mean, he is.
Okay.
And the one token I will give J.K. Rowling, I will put on J.K. Rowling's desk for this series so far, I think that we as a reader are picking up very much that Snape is not just the straight-up bad guy. It's obvious that the kids are not picking that up, and it might be necessary that the kids don't pick it up, because the first time they pick it up and old Harry Potter runs to Snape to save the day, you've blown his cover.
Okay.
Crabbe and Goyle and Malfoy don't trust him anymore.
All right.
But so long as Crabbe and Malfoy and Goyle trust him, they're still giving their fathers good reports on Snape's the good guy. You know, it's very interesting, your hair, because it's just eclipsing all of my sunlight as it comes through the window there. Anyway.
I love how you segued into that. Like, people were paying attention, like, what the hell is he talking about now? We just moved out of that
Nothing
quick.
really. Nothing really.
Okay, really, again, out of the fire.
Living in the shadow of the man bun.
Yeah, The Shadow of the Man Bun. That's actually going to be the title of my memoirs.
The Shadow of the Man...
The Shadow of the Man Bun.
I could help you with writing that.
I'm excited about that. So, Harry is caught trying to contact Sirius by Umbridge. He's gotten away with this a few times before. It's been close calls, but this time he is finally caught. And Umbridge orders Snape to basically give her the truth serum. And Snape's out. Fresh out.
What's the truth serum called?
It's very George Saunders.
Yeah,
it is.
Veritasium, isn't it?
Very George Saunders.
Yeah, I never caught that until this time. I wonder if George Saunders just straight up Veritasium, I think was what it was in the George Saunders piece, that I guess he probably just ripped that straight out of Harry Potter, right?
Maybe there's like some kind of breakdown behind like the linguistics behind that word.
Oh yeah, Veritas is Latin for truth, I think. But,
okay.
But why would you automatically go there?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe George Saunders is just a very big closet J.K. Rowling fan.
Maybe.
J.K. Rowling, excuse me. Gotta get back into that mode there. But anyway, since there is no true serum, Umbridge plans to use the Cruciatus curse on Harry, which is an illegal curse. It's one of the forbidden. And Hermione jumps in this time. Hermione. And attempts to save the day.
Well, Hermione threatens with a school shooting, essentially.
Okay, go
on. That's essentially what we've got the weapon. We've got the big weapon. You know what? I wish you would bring all these people into the woods with you. I wish you would. I've got the big weapon out there for you. Essentially, this is threatening a school shooting, right?
Okay. It's the grand ruse. This is, again, playing on Umbridge and her obsession.
And again, we're depending on Hermione to get there.
Well, Hermione is the
mouthpiece of
the author. Do we have any assumption as to what the weapon is going to be?
I'm assuming the giant.
Okay.
You just had Hagrid leave, so you've got all these things pointing to it. A, he's in the woods. B, you had Hagrid leave, who put them on guard for the thing. C, Hermione is very worried about the danger associated with the giant.
Okay.
So it seems like her mind would go immediately towards the giant.
Okay. Again, we only did 2 chapters this week, which is unfortunate because we're going to figure out where this is going next chapter.
Oh, good. We've got some mystery.
We got something to look forward to.
It's good that we stopped at 2 chapters.
We've got something to look forward to. But again, this is another situation where it's not Harry Potter saving the day this time. This is Hermione jumping in to save the day. So I do think we're starting to see a little bit of development, a little bit of growth with these characters, because they've always been essential to be the accomplice. But this time, this is Hermione, and you can tell she's extremely nervous making these statements. I mean, it's even, the text is layered. She's stuttering, very poor writing, but she's stuttering. But she is becoming one in her own. She is moving forward, she's making decisions, and she is doing what is necessary to make the situation work. So I think that's a good thing. We can appreciate that.
We always get that from Hermione, though. There was a flip in, what was it? Probably book 4, I think. Okay. Or book 3, maybe. What book is this? This is 5? I think it was 3. Where Hermione's just always right about everything.
Okay.
And Hermione never screws up, and Hermione's, I just don't... I'm falling very quickly out of love with the character.
Okay. So what would make Hermione a better character? What level of growth and development for you is necessary for Hermione?
First off, that she's not everyone's mother.
Okay.
Tell me that doesn't get old.
It's fair.
Tell me it doesn't get old.
She's got to take care of her boys.
Second, that she is not immediately right about every situation.
Okay.
That's one of the things that I've talked about with this series in general is that there's an immediate jump to the correct answer most times, or you sort of fumble your way and fail, and someone saves the day. There's no like detective work, right? Especially let me make this very clear. We're talking about children's literature. If you're watching this video, these books are not written for you. They were not supposed to be. This is children's literature.
Okay.
Children's literature, now, one of the differences between children's literature and adult literature, which perhaps we should be reading, is that adult literature if adult literature is prescriptive, it becomes, oh, damn it. What was it? Orwell said all art is propaganda. If adult literature is prescriptive, it becomes propaganda. Children's literature should be prescriptive because this is where they're learning things from directly.
Okay.
There's an Oscar Wilde quote that says the worst poetry is sincere. All bad poetry is sincere. Something like that. I can't remember exactly. But that goes to show that once you become an adult, once you assume the mantle of thinking for yourself, you are expected to learn the difference between irony and sincerity.
Okay.
You're expected to learn the difference between something being prescriptive and simply watching something play out.
All right.
But when you're a child, you're not there yet, and you're not supposed to be. So there's a flip that happens somewhere.
Okay.
These texts are prescriptive, and they should be, but they do it very bad. So to do a prescriptive type of fiction for children, look at like little kids' books. We are presented with a problem, and we work our way through it.
Okay.
Now with children's literature, little kids' books, first reading books, these are very simple problems. 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed, right? Things like that. Problem, solution has failed, the day is won anyhow, because the solution is then followed word for word.
Okay.
These texts never, or like Scooby-Doo. If we're going full Scooby-Doo, go full Scooby-Doo. Right? Episodes of Scooby-Doo, you pick up clues as you go, right?
All right.
Maybe I'm remembering this wrong. But it seemed like you picked up clues as you went. Blue's Clues.
Okay.
You picked up clues as you went. This is just all hell until the very end when Dumbledore will swoop in and save the day.
Okay.
That's how these things go, is it not?
All right.
I'm just complaining.
Okay. I think we're going to get some very different feeling endings, especially with these last 3 books.
There's
this book, the next book, and the 7th book. Oh, yeah. There's 2 more after this. And they're the biggest, I believe.
Oh.
I believe the 4th year was the biggest, but like these are pretty hefty. But we are going to be, again, and I've argued this a long time, we have developing characters. They're no longer children. They're coming into adulthood. So we're going to start dealing with some more adult topics. We are going to start dealing with death. We dealt with death in the last book. I missed that one out, but I missed your first Harry Potter death. The big one.
Who was it?
It was during the Tri-Wizard tournament.
Oh, right, yeah,
There you go. Okay. But we're going to start dealing with some more...
For whatever reason, I always envisioned that character as the Disney movie of Hercules.
The Disney movie of her... Okay.
What was his name? You're supposed to be the expert, Dalton. Christ's sake.
You wake me up in the morning and you try to get me to remember books that I haven't read in a couple
Don't
years.
make it sound like I'm rolling you over in the morning.
This is awful.
This is...
I will tell you, in the film version, do you know who plays that particular character?
No.
It's Robert Pattinson. It's the guy from Twilight.
The Twilight guy?
Yeah. So they sacrifice him for the greater good.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
It was all right. It was all right. Finally, one last thing I really want to kind of just get into a little bit here. Umbridge using the Cruciatus Curse. This is clearly an abuse of power. This is someone who is an elected government official, who is now acting as the superintendent of a school, who is now torturing children to get her way.
Well, she already sent the mentors after him.
She did, and that was revealed during this particular chapter.
I remember.
Go.
I've got retention.
So at what point here is Umbridge trying to do what's right as compared to feeding her obsession?
I don't know that did we ever get a hint that Umbridge was trying to do anything right?
In Umbridge's eyes, she's doing what she feels is right. I mean, she feels that Harry Potter needs to be silenced. That is what she believes. That is why she's so big on this.
Just a comic book villain, and I don't mean that to disparage comic books. Like, she's coming in and twirling her mustache.
Okay.
And setting the Virgin on the train tracks.
She says very specifically in this chapter that she is doing this because Harry Potter needed to be silenced, and no one else was doing this.
Okay, that's fine. She can say that.
Okay.
She's not giving a reason that Harry Potter needs to be silenced.
But
if I come in and I say, Dalton, your man bun is a curse to the human race, and I cut your man bun off, that doesn't mean that I think I'm doing the right thing, right? That's poor writing. That's terrible writing. We're not giving actual motivations. We're telling, not showing. We're just saying, the bad guy always thinks they're right. Right?
All right.
Now, what would you do if I came in and took shears to that thing?
I would be very upset. Like, there would be the Star Wars moment. Like, I will return. No.
But, how upset?
Very upset. You strike me down, I will become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
But,
I will come back
violently upset?
in a year and a half. With pigtails. Okay. I think
Can you work that into pigtails?
Yes.
We have to have a skit with pigtails at some point.
All right, we're done with this now. We're done with Harry Potter for the week. We're moving on.
Oh, I don't want to.
All right, we're going to be back next week. We're going to be tackling a couple more chapters. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
You're just going to go ahead and put it out there. 2
I'm
chapters.
not saying 3 this time. We're going to get a couple. Might be 3.
I do feel bad.
Okay.
I do feel bad. I just want you to know.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Hit like if you like this sort of thing. Maybe subscribe if you like this sort of application of the Cruciatus Curse that is dragging me through Harry Potter. And probably say something terrible about Dalton's hair in the comment section below. It's so easy to push that you end up forgetting.